Most riders assume Japanese bikes are all reliable by default, but real reliability isn't about hype or reputation. It only becomes apparent after years of riding and ownership. In this video, we're breaking down the 11 most reliable Japanese touring motorcycles you can buy today. Bikes proven through long-term ownership without turning into rolling repair bills. Quick heads up, a few bikes you might expect aren't here, either because they're no longer sold new or they don't meet this list's long-term reliability standard. Before we start, if you enjoy seeing breakdowns like this, hit the like and subscribe button for more similar motorcycle content. Thanks. Number 11. This is the bike riders turn to when they want long-distance reliability without committing to a full-dress tourer. Few bikes still sold today combine this level of durability, versatility, and long-term owner confidence in one package. It's been ridden across deserts, mountain ranges, and entire continents, often in conditions that would expose weaknesses quickly, yet it keeps earning trust year after year. That bike is the Honda Africa Twin. At the center is Honda's 1084cc parallel twin, an engine built around durability first. It's under stress, manages heat well, and has a strong reputation for surviving high mileage with minimal internal wear. It doesn't burn oil, major failures are rare, and the motor doesn't rely on fragile tuning to do its job. Whether paired with a manual transmission or DCT, the mechanical behavior stays predictable and consistent over time. What pushes the Africa Twin this high is how well it handles real touring use. The ergonomics support long days, the chassis remains stable when loaded, and the suspension deals with poor pavement without transferring fatigue to the rider. It's equally comfortable eating highway miles or detouring onto rougher roads when the route demands it. Number 10. This is the bike riders point to when the conversation shifts from comfort to trust. It's built for the kind of touring where reliability matters more than refinement. Long distances, heavy loads, rough roads, and places where mechanical problems aren't an option. It doesn't try to feel light or sporty, it tries to feel unbreakable. That bike is the Yamaha Super Tenere 1200. At its core is Yamaha's 1199cc parallel twin, an engine tuned well below its limits and designed for sustained use rather than peak output. It keeps temperatures in check, tolerates heat and poor conditions well, and has a reputation for extremely low failure rates even at high mileage. Oil levels usually stay steady between services, and major internal issues are rare with basic maintenance. Shaft drive is a big part of its touring credibility. It reduces routine upkeep and removes one of the most common wear points of long-distance riders. The chassis is stable when loaded, the ergonomics support extended rides, and the bike never feels stressed cruising at highway speeds. The Super Tenere isn't flashy, and it doesn't try to be. It earns its place by being the bike riders choose when the route is long, the conditions are uncertain, and reliability isn't negotiable. Quick clarification before we go further. This list only includes Japanese touring motorcycles that are still sold today and have proven long-term reliability. Some great bikes didn't make the cut, not because they're bad, but because they're designed around different priorities than long-term low-drama touring. Number 9. Suzuki V-Strom 650. The Suzuki V-Strom 650 is one of those motorcycles that never chases attention, and that's exactly why it's here. For years, riders have quietly used this bike to cross states, countries, and continents with very little drama, and that kind of real-world track record matters on a list like this. At the heart of the V-Strom 650 is Suzuki's 645cc V-Twin, an engine known less for excitement and more for consistency. It's smooth, built for cruise without mechanical strain, and incredibly tolerant of long highway days. Oil usage stays low over time, heat management is solid, and major internal failures are rare even at high mileage. Many owners see six figures on the odometer with nothing more than routine maintenance. From a touring standpoint, the bike gets the fundamentals right. The upright riding position is comfortable for hours, fuel range is excellent, and the chassis stays stable when loaded with luggage. It may not feel luxurious, but it never feels fragile, and that's the point. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Number 8. This is one of those bikes that tends to fly under the radar until you actually talk to the people who own them. It was never marketed aggressively and never tried to dominate spec sheets. Instead, it quietly earned respect from riders who value smoothness, balance, and long-term reliability over flash. That bike is the Honda VFR 800X Crossrunner. At the core of the Crossrunner is Honda's proven V4 engine, a layout with a long-standing reputation for smooth power delivery and durability. It's not tuned for extremes, which keeps internal stress low and reliability high over time. These engines are known to run strong for years with basic maintenance, and serious internal failures are rare. Heat management is solid, oil usage is low, and the motor feels happiest doing exactly what touring demands: steady, sustained miles. The Crossrunner's upright ergonomics and longer suspension travel make it comfortable for long stretches of riding, especially on imperfect roads. It handles poor pavement confidently, remains stable when loaded, and avoids the top-heavy feel some taller bikes struggle with. It's not a pure tourer by design, but in real-world use, that versatility is exactly what makes it work. Number 7. Honda NC750X. The Honda NC750X earns its place on this list not because it's earth-shattering, but because it's engineered almost entirely around long-term dependability. Honda designed it for riders who value low stress, low maintenance, and reliable ownership over outright performance. It's not a traditional touring bike by design, but in real-world use, it's one of the easiest motorcycles to tour on for years at a time. The 745cc parallel twin is tuned for torque and efficiency rather than high revs. Redline is low, internal stress is minimal, and that pays off over the long haul. These engines are known for excellent fuel economy, low oil usage, and extremely low failure rates. Many rack up serious mileage with little more than routine service and valve checks that rarely need adjustment. Comfort comes from simplicity. The upright ergonomics reduce fatigue, the low center of gravity keeps the bike stable when loaded, and the NC never feels demanding on all-day rides. Optional DCT further reduces wear and tear in traffic or stop-and-go riding. This is the kind of bike you replace only if your priorities change, not because it gives you a reason to. Number 6. This is one of those touring platforms that succeeds precisely because it never tries to do too much. It's been quietly racking up mileage for years, not by dazzling riders, but by staying steady and predictable mile after mile. That bike is the Kawasaki Versys 650. At its core is Kawasaki's 649cc parallel twin, an engine proven across multiple models for long-term durability. It's designed to operate well below its limits, stays composed even in hot conditions, and doesn't rely on complicated systems to stay healthy. Oil levels stay steady between services, valve intervals are generous, and internal failures are rare even as mileage climbs. For touring riders, that kind of consistency matters far more than peak horsepower. Where the Versys separates itself is stability. The longer wheelbase, compliant suspension, and upright ergonomics make it noticeably calmer at highway speeds, especially when loaded with luggage. It tracks straight through crosswinds, handles rough pavement without complaint, and never feels strained when you settle into long rides in the saddle. It's also a bike many riders keep longer than planned, not because it constantly excites them, but because it never gives them a reason to look elsewhere. Number 5. This is the bike that quietly proves you don't need a traditional touring layout to build something that can handle serious miles. It's fast, stable, and far more relaxed at speed than its styling suggests. The kind of machine riders buy for performance and keep because it turns out to be a great long-distance champion. That bike is the Suzuki GSX-S1000 GT. At its core is Suzuki's 999cc inline-4, derived from the legendary K5 platform, but retuned for road use and durability rather than peak aggression. The engine is smooth, mechanically calm at highway speeds, and well known for long service life when maintained normally. Oil consumption is typically low, heat is well controlled, and major internal issues are uncommon, even as mileage builds. Where the GT earns its place is balance. The chassis feels planted at speed, wind protection is effective without isolating the rider, and the ergonomics strike a middle ground that works without feeling bulky. Factory luggage integrates cleanly, and the bike remains composed when loaded. Number 4. This is the bike riders often end up on after trying several others. It isn't always the first touring machine someone buys, but it's frequently the one they settle into once they figure out what actually matters. It blends comfort, speed, and durability in a way that feels intentional rather than compromised. That bike is the Kawasaki Versys 1000. The 1043cc inline-4 is tuned for smooth, sustained output rather than aggressive top-end thrills. It runs relaxed at highway speeds, manages heat well, and has a reputation for staying mechanically stable deep into high mileage. Internal failures are rare, and it doesn't burn oil, and service intervals are reasonable for a bike in this class. What really earns the Versys 1000 its place is composure. The chassis feels planted when loaded, the suspension handles broken pavement without drama, and the upright ergonomics reduce fatigue over long distances. It doesn't require constant correction or attention to stay settled, which matters when hours turn into days. From here on out, the differences come down simply to refinement and how effortlessly these bikes cover distance. Number 3. This is the bike that quietly replaced an entire generation of sport tourers without trying to copy them. It's lighter, more compact, and far more modern in how it delivers comfort and performance over long distances. Yet it still keeps reliability front and center. That bike is the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. At the heart of it is Yamaha's 890cc CP3 Triple, an engine that has built a reputation for durability across multiple platforms. It's not pushed to extremes, manages heat well at highway speeds, and has shown consistently low failure rates in real-world ownership. It doesn't burn oil, service intervals are reasonable, and the motor doesn't rely on fragile tuning to feel responsive. The Tracer 9 GT also benefits from being physically lighter than traditional touring bikes. That shows in reduced fatigue, easier handling at low speeds, and a more relaxed feel when the road gets tight or the pavement turns rough. Wind protection is effective, the riding position supports extended rides, and the chassis remains stable even when loaded with luggage. It's a touring bike for riders who still want the ride to feel alive, without giving up long-term confidence. Number 2. This is a touring bike built with a very specific goal: reduce effort everywhere it matters. It doesn't try to impress with numbers or styling, and it doesn't chase trends. Instead, it focuses on making long-distance riding feel controlled, consistent, and easy to live with over time. That bike is the Honda NT 1100. The engine is Honda's 1084cc parallel twin, shared with the Africa twin but tuned here for smoothness and durability rather than versatility. Power delivery is calm and linear. Heat management is excellent, and the engine has a strong reputation for low wear even after extended highway use. It's not pushed hard, and that conservative tuning shows up in long-term reliability. The NT 1100 also stands out for how settled it feels. The riding position is neutral, wind protection is effective without being bulky, and the bike remains balanced even when loaded with luggage. Shaft drive further reduces maintenance over the long run, which is a big reason owners trust these bikes for serious mileage. Optional DCT adds convenience without changing the bike's core mechanical character. It simply removes one more source of fatigue on long days. Alright, here's the one that earns the top spot. Number 1. This is the bike every long-distance reliability conversation eventually circles back to. It's the reference point riders use when mileage stops being impressive and starts being expected. When people talk about machines that quietly rack up hundreds of thousands of miles without drama, this is the one they mean. That bike is the Honda Goldwing. Honda didn't build a Goldwing to chase trends or specs. The engine is engineered for smooth, low-stress operation above all else. It runs at modest RPM for its output, manages heat exceptionally well, and has one of the longest documented track records for extreme mileage in motorcycling. Engines with six-figure odometers aren't rare here. They're normal. Internal failures are uncommon, and when issues appear, they're almost related to age or neglect, not design. What truly separates the Goldwing is how effortlessly it does its job. The chassis stays composed at speed, wind protection is excellent, and the drivetrain fades into the background mile after mile. Shaft drive keeps maintenance simple, and the engine never feels strained even when fully loaded. This is reliability without caveats, excuses, or conditions, and that's why it sits at the top of the list. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a rider planning their next long trip.